Hello and welcome back to my channel and to today's video where I'm going to be sharing a few new items that I have bought for my wardrobe ahead of the winter season. So I'm going to get stuck straight in with item number one, and it is the Uniqlo bra or built-in bra vest tops, the heat tech version. Oh yes, anyone who is a regular viewer or perhaps you are a regular over on Instagram will know that throughout the summer I raved about the Uniqlo integrated bra tops, the summer version. Now they've come out with a heat tech version, and you know how I feel about my Uniqlo heat tech, so mix it together with an integrated bra top and I am here for it. So I got very excited when I saw these and I bought all three colours that they come in, which is this sort of greeny, sludgy green colour, black, and I'm wearing one as well, which is like a cream colour. Now, those are the only three colours they come in. I may well buy an additional cream and an additional black because even though we're not even in winter yet, I have been wearing these on an almost daily basis recently, just because I feel like they're a really good base layer for wearing something like a cardigan like this when it's not quite cold enough to be wearing a big thick woolly jumper. They're such a good base layer and you don't need to wear a bra underneath, because it's built in. Now, one thing that I really like about these is that they are full length. The ones that I shared back in the summer season were cropped, and I know that was a bit of an issue for some of you guys as well. However, they do also come in a long sleeve sort of scoop neck top version, which I haven't tried yet, but there will be a Uniqlo winter try on where I'm going to try on all of Uniqlo's heat tech and all of their outerwear, and that is going to be coming your way very, very soon, in the next month and a half or so. Now, I'd like to thank FOREO Sweden for sponsoring today's video. So we're just going to take the briefest of pauses from going through the new in items in my wardrobe, just so that I can recap you guys or refresh your memories, if you will, on the UFO 3. And technically still a new item because I have a new mask that I've been using with the UFO 3. So let's go back to September time. I posted a video where I did a full updated and current skincare routine, and within that video I shared the UFO 3, which is a device that I have been using as part of my skincare routine for around about, I'd say it's probably just under 5 months now, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you missed that video, we will link it down below in the description box, just in case you are curious to see my current routine, and it also shows using the UFO 3 in a little bit more depth and detail. But just to sort of recap you on what the UFO 3 is. So it's a deep facial hydration and anti-aging device. It uses a whole host of technologies: thermotherapy, cryotherapy, T-sonic massage, and full spectrum LED therapy to increase the skin's moisture by 126% in just a 2-minute treatment. It's also clinically proven to reduce the appearance of wrinkles in 1 week. And let me tell you, I have seen results. So you use the UFO 3 with any of these little treatment masks, and there are quite a few within the range, but the coconut oil one is the one that I have been using recently. It's one that I haven't tried before, but I have been loving this. First and foremost, it smells divine. I'm quite a sucker for anything coconut in general. But then also, I'm one of those people that suffers with the seasonal change with my skin. So going from cold environment into heating and artificial heat, my skin just doesn't like it, screams out, shrivels up and just dries out. I'm also recovering from a cold, and that's had a big impact on my skin. So I have needed like an extra surge of moisture for my, how best to describe it, very lizard-esque skin at the moment, and this has been working wonders. And we are now in Black Friday season, and FOREO rarely offer discounts, but they do have some Black Friday deals available with up to 50% off And just as an extra little bonus, if you use my exclusive discount code EmmaHill10, you can get an additional 10% off. Now, we have popped a link down below in the description box that will magically transport you to those Black Friday deals. And we've also made a note of that additional 10% off discount code for your reference. Right, let us continue with the new in wardrobe items. And also, let's just rewind back to last week's video, which was my wish list video. In that video, I showed 3 different pairs of black knee-high leather flat boots, because there's a lot of descriptive words in there. And those were 3 boots that I wanted to try because I was after a pair of black flat leather knee-high boots. I tried them all on and I have found the one. So spoiler alert, but the winners were the Zara boots, which were actually my least favourite to look at on my wish list, but my most favourite when I tried them on. First of all, incredibly comfortable. The leather is nice and soft, just the area of the foot region, very comfortable for my particular feet. Obviously everyone's got different feet, so different things are going to be, different footwear will be of different comfort levels for each person, but I find these so comfortable. One of my concerns was all of the seams, because I think I wanted something a little bit more minimal, but actually thinking about it, I think the seams are actually what makes these more comfortable. The other 2 pairs didn't have all the seams, and I think just having that one rigid piece of leather gives 0 movement. So my thought process is now that I am here for the seams, for the seamage. But I'm really happy with these. I think this was a successful wish list purchase, and I'm glad that my wish list process really paid off with these. It did make me think about things rather than just sort of impulsively buying items, which I know if you order a pair of boots or shoes, whatever it may be, you can return them if they're not comfortable. But it did sort of give me pause for thought. Now, these I will be wearing probably over the top of things like slimmer or skinny jeans. I do have a couple of pairs of skinny jeans, even though they're not my favourite. But that is how I will be wearing these. And even I have just bought some of those fleecy lined like leggings that look like tights. And so I will probably be wearing them over those as well. Now, my next item definitely did not escape the attention of so many of your little eyes from in the handbag collection video that I did a couple of weeks ago. Lots of you spotted this jumper in the cutaways and you wanted to know more. So I'm going to fill you in on the more. So this is a cashmere jumper from a brand called Soft Goat. They are a Stockholm design based brand with a real emphasis, or shall we say their speciality, their USP is very, very fine. And I don't mean fine as in fine texture, but fine cashmere. So this is the boyfriend turtleneck jumper in feather white, which I think we can all agree is beautiful. Now this is 6-ply cashmere, and this is one of the pieces of information that they display on each product page. 6-ply, ply. What does this mean when we're talking about cashmere? Well, the ply refers to the number of fibres woven into the finished yarn. So 2-ply would be 2 fibres, 3-ply, 3 fibres, 4-ply, and so on and so on. 6-ply, 6 fibres. It basically means that it's quite a thick jumper. Now there's also another term that they use with reference to their knitwear pieces, cashmere included, and that's gauge. And gauge, or GG, refers to the number of stitches per inch. So basically the higher the number of gauge, or GG, the thinner the piece will be. So this particular jumper has a gauge of 5 or 5 GG, meaning it is a lot thicker. That will also have something to do with the ply, with it being 6-ply. So therefore it is a jumper that is more appropriate for a winter season. Now, I think this is such useful information when you are spending this amount on cashmere or knitwear in general, when you're buying it online and you can't see, feel it, touch it, rub your face on it, whatever you want to do. It's such useful information just because it gives you a more thorough understanding of what you'll actually be getting if you order it. Now, in terms of style, it is quite a relaxed fit. I sized up in this to a size medium. I think a size small would have been fine, but to be honest with you, and you guys know this about me, I believe there is no such thing in too much slouch. And I think the medium is a good fit for me. I can still fit it under a lot of my slightly more oversized or cocoony coats as well. So there's no issue with regards to layering underneath my outerwear. It is cozy, it is luxurious, it is beautiful. This is a brand that I will definitely go back to. It's not going to be a brand by any means that I'm going to be making a regular purchase from, because these are prices that you have to save up for, but it's definitely a brand, now that I've got this piece, that I will return to. Right, my next item was not a need at all. I mean, rarely things are a need, to be honest, but this was most definitely not a need. It was a want, and it was just hard for me to ignore the want of this. This is one of Arquette's newest re-down, which is recycled down filled coats. And as you can see, it is in a beautiful sort of dark red burgundy colour, and it's so delicious. Now, this is actually a new style or a new shape. It's called the relaxed down fit coat, and it's somewhere in sort of a mid-length fit. And a lot of you who are regulars here on my channel, and if you're watching my content throughout the winter seasons, you'll have seen that I have been a big fan of Arquette's re-down outerwear for the last 5, maybe even 6 years, since when I got my first re-down jacket or coat, whatever you want to call it. It's the shorter version. That is still going strong, despite currently being in the wash, because some dude poured beer all down my back when Simon and I went to watch the NFL game at Wembley. So this coat differs slightly because it is a little bit more oversized in comparison to all of the other ones that they have within the re-down collection. And again, as I mentioned, it is more of a mid-length as well. Now, I cannot recommend these coats within the re-down collection enough if you are in need of a winter coat. So if you want something that is down-filled, these are a more responsible, shall we say, way of buying a down-fill coat, unless you wanted to go down the second-hand route, which again, you could look for these pre-loved as well, and that's kind of a double whammy of it's recycled and it's pre-loved. But they are such a solid option for a proper cold weather coat. They genuinely do keep you so warm. Right, next up is the Mango Matilda jeans. I bought these in 2 colours, and actually I think I featured them, I wore them in a couple of outfits in both of the colours within my last, which I think was an autumn themed what I wore in a week video. We're going to have another one of those coming up for you also this month, toward the end of the month. I actually ordered them as a bit of a rogue order when I was doing the coat video. I just added on these jeans to my coat order because I saw them and I thought, yeah, they look quite nice. They look like a nice fit. And when they arrived, I loved them. So I then went into store and I bought a second colour in them. So they are a straight leg, not a slim straight leg. They are a very true straight leg. And one winning thing about these for me is that they are a mid-rise. All jeans these days tends to be high rise. What is that about? Now, these are 100% cotton, which if I go back to the M&S denim try on, I did say that I prefer jeans with 1% of stretch, and that's just for that added comfort factor. But the denim on these is really, really soft. They do feel like a proper pair of jeans. That's always my term for anything that's 100% cotton. They feel like a proper pair of jeans, but it doesn't feel rigid. It does feel quite soft. There's a lot of movement in there, and I haven't actually washed these yet, so they do have that kind of worn-in feel to them rather than feeling really stiff and starchy. Now, they do come in 4 colours, and as I mentioned, I've got 2 of the 4 colours, black and sort of a mid-blue colour, and they also are true to size. I have these in a 38, which is a UK 10, and they fit perfectly. My next item is another pair of boots. These are the Hiker D boots from FitFlop, and you might have seen that we did do a collaboration with FitFlop around these boots over on Instagram. Just as full disclosure, including them in this video was not part of that collaboration campaign, not part of our contract at all. But I really love them and I just wanted to share them with you guys because they are such a good boot for winter. So hiking boots are quite a vital part of my wardrobe living here in the countryside, but these are actually just a really nice boot for general day-to-day wear. I mean, of course they do have a hiker style to them, but because they're quite minimal, just all black, no crazy colours on there, they're incredibly practical as well. I'll get onto those points in a minute. They just work really well for a sort of day-to-day outfit. By no means is anyone going to be wearing these in the office, unless you work in a outdoorsy company style office, but you know what I mean. These are not going to be part of a workwear wardrobe, but they are very, very comfortable. And with a really casual outfit, some skinny jeans or straight jeans, whatever, a nice winter coat, scarf, hat, yes, they just work really well. Another item from the wish list. So again, if you watched the wish list video, you would have seen that I had a pair of COS silk pajamas pinned onto the wish list, and within the notes section I had that I wanted to buy a nicer, maybe one or two nicer, perhaps silk pairs of pajamas, because I was restocking my pajama drawer where I'd basically had a clear out, but I also wanted to get some warmer, maybe brushed cotton or flannel pajamas as well, and I hadn't found any that I really particularly liked yet, so that's been one thing that in my spare time I have been looking for online. And I have found my first pair. So these are from Uniqlo. They're 100% cotton, is a flannel sort of brushed cotton fabric. So they do feel nice and cozy, but they're 100% cotton. So as sort of body temperatures tend to fluctuate, we have an electric blanket in our bed as well. So I'll often get cozy in that and wake up like 5 minutes later because I go to sleep very quickly. The blanket does go off before Simon goes to sleep, but I am asleep the minute my head touches the pillow, but I'll wake up after like 15 minutes and I'll be like, I'm cooking inside. So these are nice and breathable with them being 100% cotton. Now I got this lovely green colour, which is a little bit festive as well. I think coming up to Christmas, it does have a slightly festive vibe to it, but they also come in a really beautiful navy colour, which, because I've already worn these, I'm actually tempted to get the navy and then I can kind of tick off these wintry pyjamas off my wish list, just because I know that I already like these. I've washed them, they wash well, they haven't shrunk, especially in the bottom region, which is another bonus for me because I have long legs. And even when it comes to pyjamas, I don't want them swinging up by my ankles. I want a substantial PJ bottom. Staying with green, and we have this sumptuous, very cozy wool scarf from Arket. This is 83% wool and it is thick. It is definitely cozy. It's nice and thick. It's a brushed fabric. It has a very good warmth factor. And because it's a chunkier scarf, it's actually not super long, so it's like regular scarf length. You don't have to wrap it and wrap it and wrap it, but you can do all those different ways of tying a scarf. I think there's loads of those videos on TikTok and Instagram that show you all the different ways that you can fold and kind of tuck your scarf. And because it's a chunky scarf, those work really well. Now, I've been wearing this with a green Arket beanie hat, which is a very close colour match for this scarf. So I will link that along with all of the items I have shared in today's video down below in the description box. And also I do have an Arket autumn winter, should we call it, try on coming up for you guys in the next week and a half. So that is something to hopefully look forward to. But for now, that is all of the items that I have added into my wardrobe ahead of the winter season. I'll probably do what I did in the autumn season and do another one of these videos as we're sort of more in the winter season, because there's no doubt I would have added a few extra pieces as well. Just a reminder of that FOREO Sweden discount code and of the Black Friday up to 50% off deals. Again, all links and information below in the description box. But for now, that is it from me. Thank you as always for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday or whatever day you're watching this, and I will see you next time.